financial freedom, it's within everyone's reach. Anissa Keys shows you how to build prosperity and generational wealth for your family on Becoming the Bank.
Hello, it's Anissa Keys with Becoming the Bank. Listen, Minneapolis holds a special place in entrepreneur and designer Houston White's heart. It's where he first got his start. So whether it's launching the Get Down coffee company or his new Houston White for Target collection, Houston takes immense pride in giving back and inspiring those around him. Watch Houston discuss turning passions into reality and the importance of lifting the community up on Target's exciting content series, Black Beyond. It's now playing on youtube.com/Target. All right. So if you're tuning in to Becoming the Bank the first time on this series, right? This is a podcast that shares biblical principles and practices that have helped me to become a generational wealth builder. This is not a how-to podcast. It's a becoming podcast. How to become a wealth builder, how to become someone who is financially free. We are taking a break this week from the Beatitude series. We'll be returning next week. We'll be on number 6. But this week, we have a special guest. I'm so excited. I'm very excited to talk with him today. His name is Jamar Smith. He is the executive director for a new wealth building initiative in North Minneapolis. He's going to be answering a couple questions for us, giving us some feedback on this initiative, and in real time, giving us information on how we can literally own our own community in North Minneapolis. Jamar, welcome to Becoming the Bank. How are you doing?
I am well. Thank you for having me.
No problem. We're so excited to talk to you today. Okay, so you're the new executive director for this community cooperative called, it's NICE. I say nice, but it's NICE. Can you break down that acronym for us and then tell us a little bit about the initiative?
Yes. So NICE Minnesota stand for Northside Investment Cooperative Enterprise. It is a community-owned investment cooperative here in North Minneapolis. It got started back in 2017 with just some initiation, and then COVID kind of slowed that up. But now we are in full esteem, engaging the community in what it is to be a community owner with this investment cooperative.
Nice. So just tell us a little bit about, like, what does that mean? What's a cooperative? What are you talking about? Investment cooperative? What is that?
Yeah, so on its head, a cooperative is a democratic ran organization or company or enterprise that is governed by its members. So if you are owner of the cooperative, you are sharing in the dividends, you are sharing in the decision making of that, right? So here in North Minneapolis, we have NICE MN, which again stands for Northside Investment Cooperative Enterprise, where if you become a member of that organization and that investment cooperative, you become an owner of the properties that we buy in North Minneapolis. So our mission here at North MN is that we are going to purchase properties here in North Minneapolis to create and maintain affordable spaces for our tenants or our business owners here in North Minneapolis. So our mission and our motto is that we want the North Side to own the North Side. So instead of big developers coming into our community all at once, making those investments and those dollars leaving our community, now we're turning that on its head where Northside gets to invest into those properties and become owners of those properties.
Wait. Okay, just so I'm clear, right? So that means that we will have opportunity to sort of buy shares in this cooperative, and that those shares will then give us ownership of these properties. You mean that like other business owners are in and functioning in?
You are correct. So there might be a business owner in there in the space, but we're owning a property. So for a share of $50, only $50 to get you started, you can become a owner of these properties that the cooperative buy, right? Wow. So then that way you can start generating wealth for yourself as well as the community.
Wow, that's amazing. And so how you talked about dividends. I'm
Yep.
assuming that some of the listeners may not know exactly what that means. So how do we get some sort of profit back? Or when we own something, how do we benefit from that outside of just saying, hey, I think I own a piece of that building?
Awesome. Great question. So a dividend is something that is returned on your investment. So it's not your
Mhm.
original investment, it is interest paid back to you because you invested in it. So for instance, let's say if you invest $100 and your return of that is 8%. That means that at the end of the year or however the company pays it out, that you are returned money on top of your original investment. So that would be $8 on your $100. Now, let's say your $100 in a bank does not make you not even a penny,
I know
right?
that. Yeah.
So having that turnaround and having that small investment already is already gearing you up to opportunity to invest. And not only that, you become an owner of those properties along with a cooperative in your community.
Yeah, that's the part that I like. That's the part that I like the best, right?
Yes.
So these properties are located in North. Can we know where they're at? Is that okay to ask
Yes.
that, or is that okay?
Yes. Absolutely. So the current project that we are working on, and I can kind of tell you how that structure is set up.
Yeah.
We're looking at buying 4 commercial properties here in North Minneapolis on 35th and Penn.
Okay.
And with those 4 properties, there are 8 commercial spaces and two tenant spaces above them, right? And
Mhm.
those properties, those business owners have been there for 25 years or between 12 and 25 years. Miranda has been there for 20 years. There's a nail shop that has been there for about 13, 15 years. And there's other shops who has been there. Those tenants have been there for a while as well. So those props, so this project that we're going to purchase right now already has a positive cash flow,
Wow.
and that right there that we're about to get ready to invest in there, right?
Wow.
So it's located in the Cleveland neighborhood. So the Cleveland Neighborhood Association gave the cooperative $150,000,
Wow.
and the city is looking at giving us about $480,000. So again, we have enough money to buy those properties already. But
Yeah.
the whole purpose of a cooperative is that we get the community involved in it, and
Mm.
they are the ones who are dictating what we do with those properties. Who are in those properties, they get to share in the not only the dividends that comes back to them, but the decision making around those properties. So
Wow.
they get to really help steward what we get to have in our community, and they get to predict what those spaces look like and sharing that decision making. So that's what a cooperative is about. It's about sharing collectively with your community, whoever's interested in those different decision makings around what properties we purchase, how those are managed, and that whole team of board that's helped govern it.
Nice, nice. I would just think that this initiative is really, really important for folks trying to build wealth, right? But then I think in North Minneapolis specifically, where I think we have like the lowest home ownership
Mm-hmm.
for
Yeah.
Black folks, right? Like it's like 11%. It's something crazy.
Yeah.
And then like just community ownership would just be really important for us to find ways to like have money in the community and have it stay and circulate. So this
Mm-hmm.
initiative sounds really, really important, particularly for North Minneapolis community members
Mm-hmm.
who may not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily have access to opportunities to build wealth.
Yep.
Why is that why you guys chose this area? Like, why did you choose North? I know kind of why.
Yeah.
I hope you chose North, but why did you guys choose North?
Yeah, I think because we already know that North Minneapolis have been disinvested in. Like, there's not a lot of great investments that come here. There's liquor stores,
Yeah.
so people do that, but there's not like some solid foundation that our community gets to feel really the wealth being built in generation and really feel proud of their community, right?
Yeah.
And then just overall, we know that that property has been a tool to help us build wealth, right?
Yeah.
But in that same way, property for African Americans has been a tool to oppress them, right?
Mhm.
Through slavery, through redlining, and these are systems that are set up by the government, right?
Yeah.
So here we are as a cooperative saying that we are going to pull our resources together as a community, and
Mhm.
we are going to invest into our community where we can feel those effect of wealth being built, but also we take pride and ownership in what our community ultimately can look like, feel like, be like, grow like, so we can have a thriving economy, right? So we
Yeah.
don't have to go way out to go shopping for different items that we know that we need in our community. So here's a chance for us as a community to stop saying that we want it and actually put some action to it. That's one of the things that I really love about your podcast too. And I know this is kind of like off subject, but I think it's powerful too in the way that we are saying the way your motto is around faith building, right? Because if we are seeking first the kingdom of God, right, and all of his righteousness that we kind of talk about, all those things will be added to us, right? So if we are, and we can't just seek that by thinking about it, we actually got to put those steps to action.
That's right.
And we got to live into that experience, right? We can say it all day long, have our goals, write them down, but when we start to moving on those things, then we see those things activated in our community, right? We can't just look back like we wish we had, or I can't, so I'm not, or I can't, so I'm not, right? So it's put that faith to work, right? Even with that small investment that's saying, okay, what does that $50 look like? And the cool thing about it too, even if you don't have that $50 that we're talking about, and if you are like excited about this and you're saying that I want to be a part of this solution, we even have resources that will help you become a community owner of the spaces. So money is not going to be an excuse here for you to invest into your community.
I love that.
Right. So we are really stretching that narrative to say, if you want to be involved, this is your chance to be involved, and let's do our community actions together. Right. So this is how we start to change this mindset in this generation in North Minneapolis, where they think that I don't have access to home ownership because I don't have the resources. No, they out there and they're looking for you. Right. So when you got to position yourself to be able to really to be knowledgeable about it and go take action, right? Just take action. Like start asking, start networking, start putting yourself out there. Don't be ashamed of your situation. And that's the thing that I love about your podcast too, and that makes it so attractive, that you have shared your journey candidly to just help inspire people to share their experience and say, this is where I'm at. Can you help me get there? Right. So this is an opportunity for us to pull together again our resources as a community and say that we want this to look like this. Right. So now we can stop complaining about what's going on Broadway and Mervyn's. Right. And we can say, okay, let's take ownership of some of these spaces and let's have the business that we know is going to help the community thrive, so people can come and feel great about their community when they're inviting someone in.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jamar. That's so good. Everything you said, this is so crucial. So you, just like you were mentioning, right? Much of my podcast is really about becoming, right? We understand that if you do everything that Google says on how to build wealth, it's not necessarily going to take effect, because you have to change the way you think, right? The way you spend money, the way you see money, the way you see change, and you have to invest in things, right? So thank you so much for joining us and sharing about that. Also, I would like for you to let people know, how can they invest in this particular initiative, right? Like, how can they begin to sort of sow the seed or begin to buy a share? What do they need to do? How do they reach out to you?
Yes, awesome. So you can visit our website at nicemn.com. And you can go on the website and kind of see about the project that I was just speaking about, as well as if you click on the top where it says join, you can fill out the simple application, and there you go. You become a member, you pay your $50, or you say how you want to pay it. Again, if you need some substance to help with that, we can help with that as well. And then guess what? You become an owner of the properties that we purchase here in North Minneapolis. So you become a wealth builder and a community builder.
I love that. So easy, like literally becoming a wealth builder overnight, right? www.nicemn.com, right? Is that right, Jamar?
There you go.
www.nicemn.com. There's a button there that says join. It sounds like to me, Jamar has made it clear that you don't even need the money, right? You just need the right mindset. That's why we're talking about becoming, right? You just need a mindset of saying it's important to make this investment, and they even have money for you to use to make the investment. Listen, thank you so much, Jamar, for joining us. To all of our listeners, I hope something that was said here today helps you to become a financial resource to yourself, your sphere of influence, and your community. This is Becoming the Bank with Anissa Keys. We will see you next time. Take care.
Check back next week for more of Anissa's Kingdom Principles to Live a Prosperous Life. To find previous episodes of Becoming the Bank, log on to ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
Get fast, reliable internet for any budget. Now qualifying customers can get Xfinity Internet free through the Affordable Connectivity Program. That's right, free high-speed internet from Xfinity. And Internet Essentials customers can get equipment included at no extra cost. Get started today.
At Hy-Vee, we take pride in being part of the communities we serve. In 2021, we donated more than 14 million meals, and this year, we're committed to doing even more. For over 90 years, we've been the place that people turn in time of need, and we take that very seriously. That's why we're loading our semis full of food this week and making deliveries across the Midwest to help families this Easter. To join our effort, simply donate when you're at the checkout. Together, we can make a big difference for those in need.
There's a new way to get around in North Minneapolis. It's Metro Transit Micro, a new ride-sharing service that connects you with Metro Transit bus routes or wherever you need to go on the north side. It's convenient, affordable, and accessible. Metro Transit Micro uses minibuses to reach more neighborhoods, and you'll have shorter wait times. It costs just the same as bus routes, and it's easy to use. You can pay your fare in cash, a go-to card, or the Metro Transit app. Just go to metrotransit.org/micro. Download the app and create your account. It's really simple. So whether you're going to a friend's house in Bryn Mawr to watch the Vikings game, or you need to get dropped off at the Metro C Line station to hop on a bus to get to work across town, Metro Transit Micro got you covered. Book a ride, get picked up, and get where you need to go. Start riding today on one of the new Metro Transit Micro minibuses.
Looking for a meaningful career with great pay and great benefits? Want to be part of something bigger? Here's your chance. Union Pacific Railroad is hiring train crew members in the Twin Cities area, now offering hiring incentives up to $15,000. No previous railroad experience is needed. We provide all the essential training, and you can get a free college education while working. Get your career on the right track with Union Pacific and apply today at up.jobs/Minnesota. That's up.jobs/Minnesota.
It's back to school time, and that means it's back to cooking breakfast for your kiddos and making school lunches. That's a lot of cracked eggshells and cut-off sandwich crust. Now listen, before you think about throwing those food scraps away, think about recycling them. Ramsey County has a program that can help you do just that, and it won't cost you a dime. Ramsey County has a free food scraps recycling program that lets you collect stuff like apple cores, coffee grounds, and veggie scraps. Here's how it works. Put all those scraps into a compostable bag. Then once a week, drop it off at a free food scrap site by your house. And listen, I understand that life is busy, so if you can't get there once a week, just toss the bag in the freezer until you can find the time to do it. To locate a food scrap collection site near you and to get more information about the program, visit ramseyrecycles.com/food scraps and tell your friends and family about it. Let's all do our part to help save the planet.
48 million Americans and 640,000 Minnesotans care for older parents and loved ones with disabilities, like my 3 autistic kids. We are the backbone of America's care system, but Lord knows we face a lot of challenges, which is why it's so important that we know what's at stake in this upcoming election. Join me and my friends from AARP on Wednesday, October 5th at noon. We're hosting an informational workshop online about what's at stake for family caregivers this election year. Sign up to be a part of this important virtual conversation at aarp.org/mn. Together, we'll work to make sure family caregivers have our voices heard.
All right, did you know I was the Mommy Slam Dunk Champion?
Really?
Yes, really, don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, I go to left, fake them out. Mama, go up, mama!
She did it.
Again? You can't avoid gravity, but United Healthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. United Healthcare.
Uh-huh.